Hey, bro, hit my intro.
What's happening, my visionaries? It's your man J Rod, and I'm back in effect, live and direct, and I'm coming at your neck with yet another video, baby. About to check out Linkin Park in the End. This is a special treat for myself. Been a minute since I heard this song, but yes, I have heard it. This is not a first time reaction. Just a long time that I've heard this song. I don't know how you can be alive for this long and not have heard this song. And if you haven't heard this song, I'm gonna call BS because I know you done heard this song somewhere. You've heard this song before. Back in the day, way back in the day when I was like 9 years old, I used to make wrestling AMVs. AMVs. That's anime music. I used to make wrestling videos, and Linkin Park was some of the music that I used to hear a lot. Being young, those were some cringy times. But before we get into this, I have something that I need to say, and I got to get off my chest. So I found out that the lead singer for this group, who I never even knew was the lead, I never knew nothing about this group, Chester Bennington, passed away 3 years ago. And I remember hearing about this, but I didn't know who he was. And of course, you know, he committed suicide. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't condone suicide. I don't judge it. I don't judge anybody because, you know, life is hard, man. I'll be the first to tell you. I know it is. I don't condone it. I used to have a very strong opinion about it because of how I've grown up. I used to think of it as being cowardice and weak. I don't think of that way anymore because I've been there. And after being in that the darkest trench you could possibly be in, and you somehow have the strength to pull yourself up from the dirt and see the light, it really puts in perspective what people go through. And there's no such thing to me as comparative suffering. Like we all suffer. My suffering is no less than yours because we both suffer. And whether you're suffering, people may say, well, my suffering is less than your suffering, but it's still suffering. We all suffer. It's the way you deal with it. And for people I see people who say, man, I have bad days, and your videos puts a smile on my face. That's the reason why I do this. Because I remember at a certain point, YouTube and videos and other stuff put smiles on my face when I'm having a bad day, right? But don't put happiness into someone else. I'm glad you enjoy my face. I know. But you have to find that happiness within yourself. And that's a very difficult thing to do. A lot of people just throw out these kind of generalized self-help words like self-love, self-worth. Well, what's the practical, pragmatic step to getting there? And the only answer I can tell you is time. And that's a very vague and ambiguous and almost too broad of an answer, but that's really it. It's just time and taking it step by step. So if you're having any suicidal thoughts, I'm not going to tell you to call a hotline. Those people don't. A lot of people don't care. They pretend they care. You have to find deep within yourself. You have to find something. You have to find the light. And that's not going to be easy. You have to find a sense of purpose, a sense of being. And that's never easy. It's never easy for anybody to find that. So don't think that you're alone in this world. There's so many people that go through what you go through. And I ain't gonna sugarcoat it and bullshit you, man. It's hard. It's difficult. If anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying. They themselves are keeping up that charade, and they're keeping up that mask to portray themselves as being healthy, and they're not. So if you're having those thoughts, man, you have to find that sense of purpose and happiness within yourself. You can't have it dependent upon somebody else, because if you do, you'll never ever find it. And one thing I started to realize a while ago was I had to be grateful in the smallest, most seemingly infinitesimal things of life, like the sun. I love this. I mean, I love the sun, man. The trees or whatever, man. I know this stuff sounds kind of whatever, but you gotta take solace in the smallest things, because those things are like blessings, and we take for granted on a daily basis. Anyway, I'll put in the comment section where you can skip to the reaction part when you ain't gotta watch this. But I just wanted to say that to let that be known. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into this, man. Linkin Park, in the end. Let me put on my headphones of truth. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington. God bless, man. Let's do it. Love those quiet drums in the background. They almost sound drum and bass a little bit. And this piano riff, so recognizable.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to be will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard and got so far.
Love the power chord on this chorus.
It doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard. In spite of the way you were.
Love that little chord, piano chord in the background.
Remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart.
What it meant to me would eventually be a memory of a time.
Tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
So one thing I like is that I wish I could go back and see it, but I think so. I see the drummer, the bassist, the guitar player, but the guy looks like he has a turntable and it almost looks like an MPC. So one thing I noticed about Linkin Park is that hip hop influences the music. Obviously, they got a guy who's rapping, right? And I think that's what always kind of drew me towards them. Like it wasn't crazy lyricism that they were bringing, but it was done well in the context of the song. Like a lot of people said, and let's be real. Before Chester passed away, before Chester died, a lot of people were saying Linkin Park is cringe. People who listen to Linkin Park is this, you know what I'm saying, making all kind of generalizations. Now that he passed, every time somebody passed away, we always loved Linkin Park. No, you didn't. And I'm not a huge Linkin Park fan, so I can't even say. But I mean, the rapping, the song is it's outdated. Let's just be real. It's outdated, but it's still classic in that sense of this is preserved in a time capsule for that sound, and it conveys that so well. It just portrays that so well. So and yeah, the drums in this, I love it. I love the kind of muddy and a little dirty and a little gritty. So yeah, this is fire, man. Brings back a lot of memories. But like I just want to bring up, I think the guy has a beat machine, and which is cool, by the way. Just as somebody who makes hip hop beats, it's cool to see. Anyway, let's get back into it. Yeah, that's the MPC. Look like a 2000 XL. And you pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I've put my trust in you. Pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. Woo! Come on, Chester. Classic. I don't care what nobody says. This is a classic song. Love that feedback guitar tone. Man, what a song. What a song. Bring back, like I said, brings back so many memories of being a kid. That ending part, just that bridge at the end. I think it's the bridge or pre-chorus, but for that third verse, always one of my favorite verses. Definitely my favorite part of the song. I put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go. I mean that part right there is like, man. But one thing I love about this song is that, I mean, I never really paid attention to the message of the song, but just listen to the lyrics. Like, I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Now, you could take that, obviously this is open to interpretation, it's interpretive, but you can take that in multiple ways. What I take that as, especially if you keep listening to the lyrics, especially the chorus, I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end it doesn't matter. It's a very, like, man, destitute, and it's a morbid and nihilistic, almost pessimistic, like, chorus. But I'm not trying to, by the way, I don't try to use these words to sound like I'm, like, this is just the way I talk. Ask anybody I talk to, like, this is just the way I talk. I ain't trying to sound like I'm a walking dictionary, but, you know, I'm educated, you know what I'm saying? Mama told me, yeah, she ain't raised no fool. But anyway, yeah, but it makes me think of the story of Sisyphus, and I hope I'm saying the name right, the Greek mythological story about the man who had to carry the boulder up a mountain, only for it to fall back down, and him had to go back to the bottom to carry it up again, and that happened over and over. Because when I hear that chorus, I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it doesn't matter. That boulder rolled back down the mountain, and he had to do it all over again. Now, just depending on what kind of individual you are, you can take that as one or two things. You can take that as saying, okay, this is pointless. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I keep pushing the boulder up the mountain, and it keeps falling back down. But, or you can take it as, okay, I keep pushing the boulder up the mountain, but I'm getting closer to the top every single time I do have to go back up. And then listen to the first verse. One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is valuable. Watch it fly by as a pendulum swings. Pendulum clock, watch it swing. Time is a valuable thing, very valuable. You can't get it back. The second that just passed, I can never get it back. You can never get it back. You have to, it has to be valuable to you. It has to be valuable to you. Because it's relative. What Einstein said, time is relative to the observer. So when you're observing it, It's gotta be important to you. It's too vital. But time can almost seem to, it's escaping you, right? He says that watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. It's so unreal. Like, it really is. Like, it feels like yesterday. I was 18 years old, just graduated from high school. I'm 21 now, and the short 3 years that has passed since I graduated, almost 4 years now, have flew by like a breeze, and I haven't been able to catch up with it yet. And it's insane. Honestly, it's insane the way time works. You know, think about when you go. I think this is how this works in theory of relativity. If I'm being correct, let me know if I'm wrong. Go through space, light years, the distance. In space, 3 hours is like 30 years down here, or 3 years. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Somebody on Genius says it's most possible meaning it's about time wasted on trying to build a relationship with the girl who doesn't want to be with you. That's a little too direct of a, I mean, it could be. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it sounds like that. Now that I'm looking at it, it definitely does sound like that. Sound like somebody in a relationship and they just tired of the time that they have to put into it. That's a whole nother thing I get into. I don't put, hey, look, let me tell you something. If you're in a relationship with somebody, especially for my fellas out there, if you're in a relationship with a girl that don't respect your time, drop her immediately. Don't even wait. Don't wait. Don't think it's gonna be different. Don't give it the chance. Anybody that doesn't respect your time don't respect you, and if you don't respect me, I can't have you around me. You know what I'm saying? You have to be. There's certain things that have to be a code of ethics, right? And I think the reason why so many men find trouble with relationships nowadays because they don't have a code of ethics. They don't have a code that they stand by firmly on, and they just allow anybody. Because if you don't have any boundaries, a woman will push your boundaries and buttons if you don't have any. Even if you have any, it's gonna happen. But if you have any, you stand on them. You stand on your principles. That's what a lot of people are missing nowadays: principles, morals. Like, there's things that I just won't budge on. A lot of things I'm pretty malleable with, but there's some things I just won't budge on. Time has to be one of them. You don't allow anybody to play with your time. Time, money. You know what I'm saying? You can't play with my money. You can't play with my time. And wasting my time is wasting my money. So boom. But anyway, this reaction is about to get like 30 hours long if I keep talking. Made it with this great song. Brings back so many memories. It's a classic in my eyes. And, you know, I want to do more Linkin Park. Give me some. I'm gonna do Numb next because that's my other favorite song. But then after that, I want to do some stuff that I haven't heard because those are the only 2 songs I've heard by Linkin Park. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this, man. If you did, don't forget to leave, like, comment, subscribe. You know the spiel, you know the deal, man. Keep it real. Hit the like, subscribe for your boy. Help support the channel. I appreciate it, baby. God bless. Visionaries, I salute to you. Remember, always stay blessed, never stressed. Remember, always do your very best. Live, love life because why? Life is beautiful. That's why. And don't forget it. And remember, if you don't love yourself, who will? Love yourself, alright? And find that thing, not that someone, find within you that makes you happy. Be in your purpose, live in your purpose, live in life. Don't stress. I gotta remind myself that sometimes too. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. It's not about how you start the race. It's about how you finish it. All right, that's enough sayings and quotes and all that dumb, goofy shit. I'm out of here, y'all. Deuces.